A Playguide and video review. Sit back and enjoy the show.
Welcome back to another Lemon 64 play guide and review. In this week's show, we'll be checking out Shoot the Rapids, released by New Generation Software in 1985. On the title screen we find some pretty uninspiring music, but luckily we can switch that off with the M key, and we can also play with the joystick and the keyboard. So let's just press fire, let's just check this game out. Shoot the Rapids is a canoeing or maybe a kayak racing game, and in this game all we have to do is to get through the start gate and all the other gates in the run without colliding with anything, and then get through to the end in the quickest time possible. You can see the time is ticking down at the bottom of the screen, and as soon as we get through those gates they will change colour so that we know that we've got through them. To make matters slightly more difficult, you can see the currents are definitely displayed on the screen, and you can see all the various currents that will move us around, and so it's best to stick to the main lane, I find, and then you can predict where your boat, where your canoe or your kayak is actually going to move to at any given time, and so that optimum trail is also the optimum trail through most of the gates as well, at least on this first level. And you can see the graphics are mainly to minimum, and well, we've collided with something there. That means we are sunk, and that's game over. And the levels in this game really do tick off quickly if you die quickly, and at the end even gives us a breakdown of the high score table. And there are 5 levels in this game, and this is only level 1, so hopefully by the end of this playthrough we should have hopefully at least got off it. And it's not very easy, as you are about to see. This game follows the same format as Summer Games 2, in which we press left on the joystick or the controller to move the right paddle in order to move left, and we move right to pull left to move right. And of course those controls are opposite if we are happening to be facing the opposite direction. Luckily we are still going in the correct direction and the correct way through this very easy first level, and we've already missed a gate, and that means that we can no longer complete it. But let's just see how we are doing for the time, and well, we have enough time barely to get through this, as long as your vehicle doesn't stop moving for a second, and if you collide with those sandbanks and those shores very lightly, you might be able to get away with some damage and some loss of that time. But unfortunately the time on this first level is rather grueling, so all these antics basically mean that I'm going to run out of time, and having missed those gates, it means it's going to be game over. Let's just switch off that annoying music, hopefully for the last time, and that means that one of the 3 annoyances in this game is switched off. Unfortunately we cannot do anything about the controls or the various elements which will maneuver our craft away from where we wanted it to go. Sometimes it's best to go full speed ahead, and you'll also have to put up with inertia and wake, and so this game is a simulator of sorts, and it takes itself a lot more seriously than the arcadey version, which you will find in summer games too. And I find this is rather enjoyable if it wasn't for the fact that you can miss gates, and of course we can backpedal and we can turn around as well, which means we can pull off different maneuvers, but I find as soon as you try those, you'll find that you're very slow and unable to complete the run. Very lucky not to collide with the shore once again, but yet again unlucky not to get through those gates, and you can go through those forwards or backwards, and if you get good at this game, of course you can really manoeuvre your way through it, but unfortunately I used to have this and I'm very rusty. As you can see, I hoped to do a lot better, and I did much better than this on my very first run, so that's quite annoying, as well as actually avoiding or manoeuvring around the final finish gate and it not actually crediting us for that finish. Shoot the Rapids was coded by Paul Bunn, and Paul Bunn's only game on the Commodore 64. The music was created by Brian Doe, and he also created the music for Cliffhanger, the cartoon game that we reviewed over Christmas. New Generation Software released 6 games on the Commodore 64, these 5 being Amazon Warrior, Cliffhanger, Trash Man, and Jonah Barrington Squash, and also Arcana, which is a very detailed game which is highly berated among the crowd. I think the sound effects are pretty plain and the music is diabolical, but the graphics are very good indeed for Commodore 64. Actually, all those little pixels wobbling around is very good for a Commodore 64, and if you can imagine that in low res mode, that would look very bad indeed. But luckily we are in high res territory, or at least as high res as the 64 would go, and this as a simulator isn't so bad if it wasn't so frustrating. So I have very mixed opinions of this particular game. So as you see me completely miss the exit again, I will just say that Home Computer Weekly gave this 60%, the current Lemon 64 score is 61%, CMVG and Commodore Horizons gave it 70%, and your Commodore and Commodore User gave this 80%, giving it an average score of 6.5 out of 10. Thank you for viewing another Lemon 64 play guide and review, and I hope to see you soon on another one. And if you check this game out, hopefully let me know if you can get off level 1, and hope to see you soon. Thank you.